Here we go again. Hello, hello, hello. We are going to do a tutorial tonight as I just pop this chat to where I can see, line it up so it can tell me when one of you is in there. And then we're going to do the standard way. And then I've got this idea that I've done with 10-inch squares, and we might screw around with it and see if we can do it on a small version. So, and I'm not really quite sure how I don't have one sitting right here, but we're going to make a 4-patch. It's weaved. There's no binding involved. There's no turning an edge and hand sewing, top stitching only if you want to. It's super simple. And there's a couple ways. Sorry, I keep leaning too far. I nudged that. There's a couple ways you can make that a little more if you want, but the idea is for these to be simple. And I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to play a little bit and see what you think. Um, Whoops, there. I changed tablets and this doesn't seem zoomed in enough. It is a clearer picture than the other one. Okay, let's make sure my mic's on. Yep, okay. Um, let's put a little chat note out there. Hey, we're making coasters. So there's going to be the easy way and the not as easy way. But, we're going to have fun. So you need 5 squares. I laid them all out so we could play with them. You can make each one different. You can do 2 and 2. You can do 3 and, whatever. We don't care. Have fun with it. All right, we're going to set that aside, and that's for the tablet that's being used. All right, let's pick the 4 colors that we're going to see. Kind of like the idea of the sparkly green. I do have only one of a couple of these because I just went through my scraps. And this is Scrap Busters. Whatever the hell you want, what other fabrics you want. But all right, let's do a red and white paisley, kind of like a bandana. Maybe it'll be country Christmas. Yeah, why not? Hmm. I've only got one of these as well. That's almost the same color, so that'd be kind of neat across from each other. I've only got one of these and one of these. All right, let's do that. Might be a wee bit predictable. I need a back. So I'm gonna, you can tell I've used these. It's not gonna matter. All right, so you can end up with your batting top or bottom, but I find it easier to see what the hell I'm doing if I'm not sewing through the batting. So we are going to do these 4. So let's press them. I'm gonna come over here. I think I warmed it up just a wee bit ago. That's gonna show best here. Ish there. My second idea is as easy. Yeah, I don't. It's the same concept. It's weaved, but there's an extra step because instead of holding them like this, you're gonna fold them into triangles. And that'll give you a bias edge, but that's gonna work out in your favor in a little bit once we get there. So then. It's very forgiving. Good ones for kids, if you've got grandkids or just kids, and they want to make something for mom or teacher. Great, great idea. I've got them thrown everywhere. I think there's a couple in my go bag for retreats. There's um, upstairs in my night table. There's all kinds of them. All right, here. Now let's look at this. The key is these raw edges are going to be up against these raw edges. So we're going to do green red. Oh, I think that's a wee big. Let's make things easy on us. So let me just use, no, that side's okay. And that side's a little bit. Well, I gotta go to court on Wednesday. I don't want to do it. It's just one of those, just been blown way too far out of proportion. And I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for law enforcement saying, hey, you should do this. See how that's gone? What that means to do the next layer, I'm going to have to do lift the first piece. Okay? Easy peasy, right? All right, let's shift. I didn't pay attention to whether you could see the sewing machine. I was looking at other things. So let's see if I can see. Okay, we're going to give that a shot. I guess I just don't want to prep for it because I don't want to be doing it. So I'm getting all weenie about it. And what is there to prep for? I guess I gotta have a laptop with a full freaking battery. I'm gonna have to stop and get some thumb drives. That way I can leave a copy of my digital data for it if they want it. And with the other people. Of course, I'm just assuming everybody that's watching this watches my other stuff. Oh, sorry. Woo. Let's that, and probably won't matter because it'll be in the same. And like I said, done is better than perfect. Well, you might not have heard it today, but you did now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just trim a little for these corners. And really, I'm personally okay with them being a little rounded. It's a fucking coaster. It's perfect as what's perfect? Machine made. So in this current economy, especially when everybody's screaming for economic blackout, one, shop small, shop local. That's not the point of what everybody's doing. The point of what they're doing is to keep the money out of the big box. And I get it. Some of them are like, don't spend it all. No, that hurts the little guy. So, yeah, make sure that you shop with a little guy. All right, here comes the magic. Ready? Like I said, they're easy. There. It's got to weave this way too, right? So let's pop those corners out a little bit. Where is my... I don't know where my chopstick is. I have these old chopsticks. that came in all this crap that was my grandmother's. And they were in this special little box, and it was probably something you could get at the equivalent of Meyer and Frank. What's the equivalent these days? They're still Meyer and Frank. I don't know. Anyway, little higher end, not Target, but so realistically, you can be completely done here. We're gonna hit it with an iron though. Just here, I'll change cameras. So you can just be done. This is fun and quick and easy to do in between your projects. Have them all lined up and do a side at a time as a leader and ender. You can knock these right out. Now at this point, mine are left just like this. I am going to leave a lot of them just like this, but some of them I might take a needle and thread and do like almost a snowflake just so that it doesn't slip right here. I mean, that's it. People do this kind of shit and then stuck doing binding too. What the hell are you doing? So this would work as a hot pad too. You would definitely want to close that though and use Insel Bright or Insel Fleece instead of um, just cotton batting. And honestly, it doesn't have to be cotton batting as long as it is not something that's going to go in the microwave. So let's make another one, shall we? What else? Let's do one of these. And let's do 2 and 2, but then I have 2 and 2 more. So we can do one with reds and one with greens. Let's try that. And then I have an idea. Okay, so we need backs for these. What for backs? Okay, let's just do this one for backs. So we're gonna do. Let's shift over here, and we might as well layer both of them while we're at it, right? Gonna need back for the other one. Or we can do another one of paisley because I seem to have a lot of that for some reason. Not sure why. Okay, we boosted this heat a smidgen. So these, looking at this, being as this is sitting right here, this might be something you've seen people have at parties where maybe they're all something different, but then you can slip your wine glass base. So you would have both, or a margarita glass base, because those drip, lemon drops, that sort of thing. And then if everybody has a different coaster, then you can tell them apart. Whose is whose? Oh, what do you think of that? I didn't get 10-inch squares out. I think I know where. I don't know that I know where. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't it this one that was too big? Nope. Never mind. Okie dokie. Oh, I almost didn't realize there was polka dots in there until I got a hot. Did you notice that? I didn't. Hmm. All right, let's come over here and let's just start layering. All right, raw edges to raw edges. 2, 3, 4. Now, if it would make you more comfortable to stay right there, you little stink, you can always pin these, especially if you're going to do something like a leader and ender kind of thing, then it's not going to shift on you. But then again, this isn't rocket science. This is just a freaking coaster made with scraps. So don't die on this hill. Don't rip shit out. Let it go. Go to the next one. Got it? This is meant to be a quick gift. We're not sending them to, anybody famous. It's okay. Okay. That'd be cute. Okay. We're gonna clip this one too. Please know in any of my videos, if I say pin, I mean clip. It's just habit at this point to still say pin. Okay, here we go, right? And then I have another idea. Let's see. What do I think of that? Oh, but I really like that. But I don't have any greens that make me happy with this. See how it's very sagey? Yeah, no. So then what if it was not green and it was... Well, let me think if I've got a piece of gold someplace. That might work. But I need an extra one if I'm doing this. New idea. All right. Leave her be, Miss Watson. All right. I cannot get a profile picture I like. It always feels just off enough that it's not right. The color's not quite right, but something. So I love Halloween and love all the skull stuff. So that's why I went kind of Day of the Deadish, but then that wasn't right. So then I came up with what it is right now, but then there's this weird yellow wash or shit. I can't think of the name of these little Cupid doll things from when I was a kid. It's just this weird yellow wash, like, sorry, Civil War fabrics have a brown wash. And I looked at this, and not sepia tone either, just that your photo was left in the fucking photo album too long, kind of yellow. So I'm working on another photo that's just a girl sitting with her 4 dogs, because you always get to hear about the dogs while we're playing. What do you think I should do? I would like to get it figured out pretty quickly as I start getting more follows. I appreciate that. Follow, like, hit the bell. Because I don't want to keep changing it as people get sometimes come back and watch. But I'm not really sure what I want. Do you guys have a suggestion? My hair's purple right now. Might not look like it, but it is. And we've got a bit of Halloween Town with Mason. I love my dogs. I like witchy shit. I like to drink. I like to swear. I like to get elevated. Thank you, Stoner Gump. I love that term. Um, shout out to Stoner Gump. Because I'm usually elevated while I'm doing this with you. The elevated, the elevated sewist, the elevated quilter, space camp sewing. We can have some fun with that. Okay, let's think. All right, I don't know if I want to do two white pieces on the next idea, but I might. Okay. Yeah, that green thing over there is not going to work. Just kind of looking from here. Ooh. I had some golds. Oh, you know what? I can pick a gold from the project behind me on the wall. Right, let's. All right. Now you can see me run around, maybe, kind of, sort of. But there's some Christmas golds that might work. Maybe we should take. I wish I could take you with me easily, but I cannot. Let's see if I can just pick one that's not real dark or real orange. All right, I'll bring two, and then you can help me decide. That's where I was thinking, but I think that's too orange. And that, I don't have enough. I don't know if I have enough of that. Yeah, I do. All right, well, I'll bring these two. I don't want to be gone from you too long. Okay, we're gonna flip cameras. I'm really liking that. But there's this, which seems quite a bit darker than what we've got there. And this, which is kind of almost paler than what I've got there, but might work best. Go this way. Okay. And okay, let's poke some corners, curves. You know, I don't think I'm ever gonna have sharp points, but you know, who cares? Again, you took the time to do something for somebody. So go if you need a quick gift for like a teacher, pick a couple of these with your scraps. Okay, go to the dollar store, get a coffee mug, and then maybe for I think it's like $3 or whatever is you can get a thing a box with I think three hot cocoa mixes and put a bow on it. Mm, Done. You're not very expensive. It's the thought that counts. It's something that they'll drink the cocoa and use the coaster even if the mug disappears at something. Mm, Okay, I think we're gonna do the lighter one. What do you think on camera? I think that's what looks best. And what are you growling at, dork? I need to find a silent munchy food. When I get sewing and whatnot, sometimes being elevated, I want to nibble on something, but I don't want to chew in your ear. And currently, the only thing I can think of that's quiet is Jelly Bellies. What do you got? Good thing I have a friend that owns a candy shop. I can get that, but I don't always want, you know, sweet. I'm thinking about making Chex Mix. Now that was my dad's job to make the Chex Mix, and he's been gone a few years now, and I think I have the recipe. Well, I think I have the book with the recipe with his freaking notes where he altered it. I don't know if I can decipher it, and I can't even imagine. I'm gonna change up some of the cereals though. Might as well make it mine, right? All right, let's do. Pretty sure this is eek. It's a hair last. We're gonna make it work. You know what we'll do? We'll trim everything to this size. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. There's gonna be a Devil Wears Prada too. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, this is exactly what? Really? Okay. I Does it get thicker? Oh, it does. Where might we think it's the biggest? See what you can do when you have scraps. You know what? Okay. It says 4.5. That's what we're gonna go with, and I'll trim the others down. Here's 4. Okay, does anybody know of a 4.5 by 24-inch ruler? I can find 4.5 by 14, but not longer. Why, Jamie, would you need that? Well, it's all my harebrained sorting process of my fabric. On my shelves, I have things that are 7/8 of a yard and up as rolled on a 6.5-inch ruler, and the things that are under that still can is rolled on a 4.5-inch ruler. That's hard to do when the 4.5-inch ruler is narrower than when I'm rolling. For now. Stopped and looked at this for a second. Why, you might ask? Because everybody wants to know what's in my freaking head. We are playing off that yellow, so I don't want to cut it off if I can help it. Does that make sense? I'm all by my lonesome tonight. We're going to eat into it a little bit here. All right, there's that. And we're going to do this. Oh, I am going to need base and a pop. What? I know, right? Gonna blow your wee minds. It is cool. You just gotta be a little patient. And there are days that's not gonna happen to people. We need to make one of these. Awesome. Did you get lost, my darling? Daisy, the ancient doxy, is moving about. Well, here's another stupid question about the profile picture. Like one of the ones that's I'm working on the drawing right now would be me sitting in a chair with the 4 dogs. Is that gonna? She's ancient. I don't want to cause myself any more pain. Having to deal with that or see that every time, or it'll probably just be fond memories, not cookie things. Um, I don't know. Where do I want to do with this? All right, so we've got our 4 colors. For the top, I still want one of these pink greens is what I want. There's this. Did you see this? Technically, that's an Australian, and it doesn't. It's too busy, I think, but I don't hate the color. Mm, it's still too much blue. Okay, these are not helpful. We tried. I tried to have most of this already cut, but then I had this harebrained idea, and you get to play with me while I can take this harebrained idea all the way to completion. And you know how fun that is, right? As we decide what we're gonna do. Oh God, I forgot I had that little piece. Oh, and you're all wondering where the hell am I? I stepped away. That's too blue. I thought I saw a eucalyptus piece in here. What is a eucalyptus piece? Well, it's this cool freaking color Robert Kaufman had for a little while. And it's like a silvery blue green. It's so pretty. But I don't know that I have. I don't know that I have it. What's this? this might work even though, and we might use it just because we're live and I don't have time to be fucking doing this, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. Hope I wasn't. Oh, damn. Mm, that's super nice. All right. So see, this was wound on a 4.5. You can tell by all my press lines, fold lines. Now the good thing is they're not 5 inches; they're 4.5 inches. Because this I see is going to be one that I am going to baby and save as much as possible. Let's get this. There's 4. Here's half. This is very pretty. Very pretty. I'm very much happy with it. It's not what I was looking for, but it is very close to the one I was looking for. Whoops. Let's get this. There's 4. Here's half. All right, let's just straighten up this edge. I think the yellow is going to get pushed to the background here because I think I really like this and would like a bigger piece of this. Four and a half. See that shit? There's no tip. No wonder why I'm not getting a corner. That's great. All right, we're gonna check you off to the side. Let's press. Let's press, shall we? Which means I could have gotten away with a smaller piece of the gold. But okay. There's only, like I said, just so much of that. That's what we'll do. Shows it the best, I think. I'm going to teach you another thing tucked into the back of this tutorial. If somebody doesn't watch it, they'll never know. So I found this deck of cards. Silly debates. I was thinking about posting one a day or one a week on my Facebook page. This is going to be pretty. This is not what they asked for, so she might not end up taking it, and that's okay. All right, same concept. Oh, God, I didn't come up with. We didn't fucking press these two. I need a back as well. How are we gonna. God, I trimmed all that shit on top of the mat. And I got all these freaking bits everywhere. All right, so what about. It's not really gonna matter. It's the back, but something that goes along with everything. Do we want to do another snowflake? Or we could do the... All right, right now it's these. And yellow. So I could have this be the back, I guess, because I don't have another one of these cut. I can cut one, but let's, it's the back, right? Yeah. There. So let's trim that, being as, of course, I'll fucking trim it. I'm going to line it up. I'm just going to do it this way. Buried it. You know, I haven't done any paper piecing in a little while. I might be in the mood for that. But I think we're going to have the pattern test coming up here too. Okay. Same concept, all right? Batting first and then our back because we're going to flip it. This comes in later. So same also with raw edges to raw edges. We're gonna start like this. This is what I want to see, but we're gonna flip it, right? Let's make sure of that. Yep, I'm not gonna overthink it. Yep. So rotate one, and then I want that. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Because then this one goes here. Yes, yes, I've got it. Okay, same concept. Still weaved. Weaved the same way. Where's that ancient dome? Like the, I don't know if that's PC anymore, so never mind. Not that I worry too much about it, but well, it's never my goal to piss anybody off. Well, I guess it depends on the person. It's like somebody. Okay, got it. I'm gonna switch, and I'll show you the magic when we flip it. Now, the first time I saw this done is on a pot holder with 10-inch squares. I haven't done it this way. Concept should still be the same. What's my ancient guy doing? I found somebody on YouTube. I don't know if they're on any other platform, but I tend to, sorry, not YouTube, Instagram. And, oh, fuck it up. I tend to hang out there. That's where all my fucking doom scrolling is. And it's a whole group that they play the most amazing ads from like yesteryear. We're gonna try the water trick again. It worked. Daisy, you're hung up now. Ugh. Anyway, they play all like the amazing ads. So when one pops up across your feed, you're like, oh, make sure I'm listening because this is going to be a doozy. This is where you'd find like from my generation, the Where's the Beef, the Orbits, Lint Liquor one, possibly. They just had that one that was super awesome, Super Bowl ad with the little kid trying to be Darth Vader and he was trying to turn on all this stuff. He's trying to mind mount the dog and the washing machine. And yeah, that one. Love that one. There's some cute videos or ads. There's some ads. You go through waves of advertisements just being lame, generic. Maybe lame's not the right term. Where less effort to be funny and unique. Just stick with it. I mean, how do you beat that little old lady in the car yelling, "Where's the beef?" It's that's good shit. Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. Moment of truth. All right. Two, three, and four. That's what I couldn't decide is whether this was going to end up under or over. It'll be fine once you see what we're going to do. Let's see if I can find something with an actual bit of a point. I don't want such to have a point. Let's do this. What thread do I have in? White? Yeah, fuck it. We'll just leave it with white. It should be fine. Okay, gonna wait on this. I'm gonna press it. And then we might need actual pins. All right, like I said, I'm not overly anal about it's a coaster. All right, here's what we're gonna do though. Being as these are triangles, we're gonna just look at this one. Being as they are triangles, that means that exposed folded edge horizontally is a bias, so it stretches. So you can roll it and have a cathedral window look. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, but we have to get underneath each piece to get it to do its full arc. Don't worry about the all the way under stuff. Actually, I'm going to try to lift and not go through the other layer. Okay. Why? Because I need to reach underneath here and do it again. Okay. Probably should have used a red one. I want to make sure I can see them. Damn it. This chair keeps rolling its wheels into a divot. Okay. Tired. There we go. Okay. See what it's going to do here. Going to leave a diamondy square, however you want to look at it. With no fabric. That's Daisy. What's going on, you? Should we read a silly thing? We should read a silly thing tonight. It's meant to start conversations, and I've read the top one, so I should probably tuck it down and get another one. Let's see. Silly debates says, which are smarter, dogs or cats? That's tough. Okay, so I'm going to just cut a wee square. I was going to do it in half, but it's not 5 inches anymore. So we're just winging it. Okay, that's all we need. Now you gotta be just a little forceful. No, bitch, you're gonna live in there now. God damn it. You lay down. Okay, so then we're gonna have this little bit of yellow popping through there. So let's shake it. Which way do I want to use? Okay, lift the needle would help. No, the needle was that it was that thread. So I'm actually gonna load that hair and bring my needle down right there. The hair in my eyes. So I'm just like top stitching around the curve. By doing that, it locks your centerpiece in place. Don't need to put that in there. Think. Alright. Scissors. We're gonna have some trimming to do. So that's as far back as I can get this one because there's just a smidge of a flap. Okay. 1, 2. Stay. Alright. Cute. This little edge of this ornament is Harry Potter Gryffindor colors. Oh, shit. Fine. This will be easier anyway. And there, it's a little finicky, but again, with the it's not perfect, we're not going to worry about perfect because I don't want to be perfect because I don't want to have to live back at it. Okay, I didn't realize that that was going to be in the way. All right, push it down. 1, 2. Ugh. Oops, I wasn't going to do it with a pen. I was going to do it with longer pokey. Damn it. One more, and then we can look at it. So this one does take quite a bit more time. But you can see by what I'm doing here too, though, that you could do this with a 10-inch square with Insulbrite in it and have it be a pot holder. Put a loop, somewhere in there. Okay. Well, I might not have figured out how to have music for you guys to listen to, but I got it going in one of my earbuds. It's kind of hard not to sing along, but you don't want that. All right, let's trim some shit, huh? All the start tails that are underneath the edges and these little ends. So here's the end. Another tip. My first tip that I was ever given on my first quilt that I took to a long armor. When he handed it back to me, he basically said, "Here you go, now trim it yourself." And I was like, "Excuse me, what?" Um, I'm gonna need to get a tape roller for this. I started to say, "Yeah, but I messed up here and I messed up there." He's like, "Nope, nope. There's your. How you doing, Daisy? Did you follow up the step?" He's like, "Don't point out your mistakes. Don't. You made it. Somebody else did not. 90% of the people we will gift this stuff to don't know how to do this. They're gonna think it was meant to be that way. Do not point them out." Okay. Got a little bit better color. It's trying to figure out the right angle. So that's it. It's still just a coaster. But this one is sewn shut. So Daisy. So I put this I talked about it a little while ago, but I put this like garment rack over here, so there's now a bar. She can't figure out how to it's too tall for her to step over. Dogs, yeah. Cats can be pretty smart too. I think it depends on the cat and the dog. I've seen some brilliant cats and some brilliant dogs. Ugh, we're at an hour. What's on the other side? Which are better, books or movies? Oh, I think books you can world build better because you're not confined to 2 hours ish. You know, that's my thought on that one. 6 views though. Hey guys. So that is how to do that. Um, Nobody's really on that's gonna make them because I don't think Sally's gonna make them. But if you have questions, get a hold of me. Easy to find me. And I'm gonna just go ahead and call it at the hour mark here because I've made 4, and that's a good start, right? So you got 2 different ways of doing it. Okay. All right. And then, yeah, throw them in with gifts. It's just a little thing, but they're fun and they eat up scraps, and you can do it all year round. You just set them out on the counter for free, or sell them for $2, or give them away, or whatever. Well, that's it. I gotta go watch a couple videos and make sure I'm prepped for Wednesday. And thank you for watching. Those that are gonna watch it later, make sure that you like and follow and hit the bell and all the fun shit, because it's the only way these algorithms work to get you in the whole swing of things. I'm not gonna come on and do the whole guilt trip to beg you to watch the whole thing and interact and stuff. It does help, but I'm not gonna guilt trip you. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for tonight. I gotta figure out why Daisy's pacing. I'm gonna go get another piece of this caramel sticky cake that I made yesterday. That's really sticky. Probably do it different next time. Anyway, that's all I've got, and I will talk to all of you later.